Good afternoon. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Let's see who is in first today. I want to be able to catch up on the chat. I aspire to be more like Cindy and Rick because they're on top of their chats and I want to be like them when I grow up. Hey, there's my there's my YouTube coach, Michael. Hey, Michael. He's first. He's number one. And I know he's happy that I am prompt and on time today. And it looks like he's eating. It looks like a little baby burger over there. Baby burger. Happy lunch. Have a good lunch, Michael. Hello, Lynn, 22 Cute Cat, otherwise known as the Keto Kitty. How do you like my outfit? As a matter of fact, I put this on today thinking of you. I said, oh, this is something that I could see Lynn in today, so I'm going to wear it just for her. And there's our doll, Amy. Amy. How are you? Hi, friends, she says. Everybody say hello to everybody. And of course, please interact with everybody. I'm going to try to be, again, timely and hit all the people. Even if I don't articulate, at least I'm putting it on the screen so you all can see who's saying hello to everybody. Everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, isn't that a song? Don't sing, Jerry, please. Hey, there's Thomas. Hi, Thomas. Welcome to you. And there's John. Hello. I can only stay for a minute. Oh, no. And go. We will miss you very much, John. There's Sharon. Hey, Sharon, you are so right. I just hit your Facebook, gave you a thumb about that snow. I am done. I am so over it, as I know you are too, on the East Coast. Yuck. Yuck. This is definitely not the weather for me. What am I even doing in Wisconsin? Honest to Pete. Nice top, Jerry. Give me all the animal print. I can totally see you in it. You have that type of lean body that can wear something like this. This, as a matter of fact, this is actually a jammy or a thermal. I've been known to wear both. This is Wisconsin. I wear it to bed and I have matching pants to go to, like Garanimals. Remember back in the day when they had the Garanimals that you could color coordinate clothes? Yeah, old habits die hard. Here, Amy's mad. Amy, what are you mad about? She is mad at her doctor. He ordered a statin without talking to me. Listen, I feel your pain. They call me Dr. Google when I come into the Mayo Clinic. They know. I go through the list of the medications, prescriptions. Let's just call it supplements that I take. D3, K2, collagen, bone broth, protein, yada. And then they hit me with that statin. I say, no, thank you very much. I have been known to take the prescription in hand and just toss it when I get home. Or burn it. In my case, we have a burn barrel. I'll burn it. I'm not afraid of that. Or now they're calling it into the pharmacies. And when the pharmacy calls me to come and pick it up, no thank you. I have decided against it. Then I deal with it the next year when I have to go back. But the PJ party was last night. I know. I was there in my green PJs. I think my other thermal PJs. Yeah, I was in those. So these are dual purpose. I did not go to church outside today. As a matter of fact, our church was online, which is fine. It was a broadcast from yesterday when the snow did not hit last night. So they just rebroadcasted it today because of the snowstorm. I'll talk about that later too. Amy, what you want to do? I'm sure Amy hears that all the time, right? Not cool for sure, Amy. It's not cool. And there's Sophia. I don't want to take pharmaca. I like that word. Sophia, welcome. Sophia Daisy May. Welcome, welcome. I am so glad that you are here. There's Anna. Hi, Jerry. At Rockin' Coach Amy. Hi, Amy. Jerry's advice on statins is correct. I have heard people say also that they tell their doctors they're allergic to them. Similar to when I go into restaurants and I say to them, if I don't have my little handy dandy seed oil card with me, if you know, you know, I will let them know that I'm allergic to seed oils. I guess Carrie Mann has a video about a steakhouse. I have not yet seen it. And I'm going to assume, never assume anything. I want to be able to see the video. I'm going to assume it talks about seed oils, or maybe there's a brine involved from looking at the picture. That's at least how I took it. Speaking of pictures, I want to show you. You're welcome, Sophia. Okay, Amy says here, I like to read these. It's just so far away. I don't want to lie. Oh, I don't want to lie to, though. I've never taken a statin before. I have, so I can speak of personal experience for me. It made my muscles very sore. I felt as though I was the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz that I needed. It really affected me in my shoulders primarily. That was very hard because at work, all I'm doing is doing this all day, working with the hands and upper part of my body, more often than not sitting, but I digress. Sophia May says, I eat real butter, real eggs, real beef, real vegetables, and real fruits. Now that's real talk. For sure. I have to talk about that later. I want to be able to respectfully discuss clients that I have right now that I work with. You will not see them. I do not videotape any client sessions. I will not give names, locations. Well, locations, I do belly to belly coaching. So if you want a location, generally speaking, it's in Wisconsin. How's that for a location? I had a big meeting yesterday before the snow hit. That's why I had to cancel yesterday's live. Speaking of that, what do you think about this, you guys? The AI creation. Look at this. I did this on AI. I asked Mr. Google, similar to when I spell Alexa, to come up with a picture talking about having my business closed. Right down to the painted fingernails, except mine are taupe colored right now. Real is real good. So for me to say I'm allergic would be a lie. I get it. Well, for me, I have an adverse effect on taking seed oils. That's my adverse effect. But the allergy card that you give out to wait staff, I think the wait staff in restaurants are more concerned about the fact that they don't want people to have an allergic reaction right there in their store or in their business or in their restaurant and don't want to be sued. That's personally what I think. But home food is best food. I think, wow, good, excellent. I caught up. Yeah, I asked to do a thumbnail for this post yesterday. Gosh, where do I start? I took notes because when I have a steering wheel in my hand, my brain falls out of my head. So it's better if I take notes. First off, let's talk about my credit card dilemma. I brought the receipts, as they say. Now, first off, upon discovery, I have been working very diligently on this whole debacle with the credit card. I wanted to make it well known to the people that I have subscriptions to. I've talked about this with truth and clarity. I understand that there are services, YouTube memberships, buy me a coffee, all the super chats. I understand that there has to be a vehicle by which people, for lack of a better term, tip the YouTuber. Don't misunderstand. I'm not going there. My concern is sometimes I feel like, well, I'll be frank. I will send meat to people because there's nobody on the backside that's going to take a percentage of the meat that I send to this person, that person. They get all the meat shipment. But if I give, I don't, listen, you guys, I was just newly monetized. So I believe in, somebody will correct me. So, Amy, please correct me. I believe if you have donated $1 to a person, that I think YouTube takes 60%. Correct me if I'm wrong. So they get 60 cents and the creator gets 40 cents. If I'm wrong, please comment down below and let me know. That's my mindset around sending people meat, sending people a gift, sending people just stuff just for kicks and giggles. And it's funny because, and I always talk about the Bible because you know I'm a God girl. Don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. If I feel like giving something, it's because I feel like doing it. I enjoyed this Christmas party that I had this past Christmas with all y'all. It was fun. However, knowing what I know, and so far as mailing is concerned with the United States Postal Service, shoot, I'll do another party again next year, but it won't be the opening of gifts and mailing things out from my house. I have issues with the Postal Service. If you know, you know. Right, Lynn? I know. So I will be doing gifting, sometimes via sending a check. I could ask somebody, could you please do me this favor and help a girl out? That's what I charge for coaching. Same thing, kind of sort of thing. Help me out. I will mail them a check. I don't use PayPal anymore because I put the kibosh on PayPal. Now, Lainey was kind enough to say that truth, that you can certainly call on your credit card company and say, hey, this has happened to my credit card. This is a falsified thing. I did that, Lainey. So thank you very much for the tip. This happened on my bank card, which is a debit card. That's why I had to go last week and do the whole thing all over again. I was to the point of completely canceling my credit. No, not my debit card. I canceled the debit card. I was going to completely cancel my checking account and start from ground zero. But the bank president, individual person in the office helped me and walked me through it. This week, doggone it, I had 2 more of those shenanigan charges. So Monday, I'll be on the phone. If you know, you know what this means. Everybody's doing this nowadays, which means this. I'm going to get on the phone and say, these 2 charges have taken place on my card. Okay, let me tell you what some of the subscriptions were for. You guys are going to love this. Google Play, and Facebook charges for $5 and change and $2 and change. Google Play for a app called Your Note Snap, a Go Coin identifier, a Coin Snap, a coin identifier, your coin scan identifier. Does anybody out in YouTube land do any of these apps? Because in my house for what was the whole grand total? I wrote it down here. $308.59 in useless charges that I did not charge. But wait, there's more. Oh, there's Amy. Okay. Hey, BB. Hi, how are you? He said, sup, family. Busy Sunday. Keeping it easy like Sunday morning. 'Cause he's easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Thank you, Amy. YouTube takes 40%, I believe. Okay. See, there is the truth right there. So, again, it has to be, we have to make as creators a minimum of $100 before we get any of the money. This is just business. I'm not complaining about it. What I am complaining about is the fact that my card, unbeknownst to me, had been charged. Through discovery, I, for Christmas gift, got my husband, we have an old cell phone, my old cell phone. I have several cell phones. The last cell phone that I have had. Gave it to Jack, gave Jack his own number. Jack is the culprit. That's right. I am looking at in my house little containers, little glasses of coinage that is probably less than $308.59. Listen, I know people believe that they need a cell phone for their life, but when you don't have a life and all you're doing is this all the time, oh, let me take a picture of this during your whole entire day, and I have to pay for that when I have car bills in excess, car bills, maintenance bills, stuff happens. Yeah, I did a little rant and a little rave about it. I am justified. I could go way deeper, but I won't. Breathe, Jerry. Just breathe. Just breathe. If you know, you know. Right. So true. So true. Here we go. Michael saying, I tell the females at my plasma place I'm allergic to pretty pink girls and good luck. What in the world were the Facebook PayPal charges for? Okay, good. I talked about that. And hey, Lizzie, hi, how are you? She says, nope. Wow, yep, those fees. I know. And I think I told you, Lynn, what those charges were for. I'm just slacking again in the chat. Hurry up, Jerry. Okay, I don't even get mammograms because they are what cause the breast cancer in women, in my opinion. If there's something in there that the mammals crush it and spread it, etc. I hear you. As a person with a history, familial history of cancer, I always say somewhere in my videos that this video is not a health video. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a healthcare professional. I have nothing to do with health other than being a Dr. Kilt certified KMT group, certified health coach, specializing in teaching people how to eat real food like you eat, Sophia. Same thing. Real food matters. My real food may be different than your real food. It may be different than a strict vegetarian or a strict carnivorian, as in a lion diet, meat, salt, and water. But I am not here to ever preach to anybody, you must eat like Jerry Griggs does, because that would be just wrong. I have to have compassion, especially for my audience, and especially in the coaching, which I'll get into what happened yesterday. I was going to ask if Jack made the purchases. Yeah, girl, I found that out. I was not a happy camper. Not at all. And there's the man of the hour, Mr. Kelly with the $1 million smile. Hey, Kelly. Hi, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. Thank you. Thank you. There's Patricia. Hi, Jerry. I am basically computer illiterate. Me too. That's why God made Amy for me when she has to help me. Oh, yes. That is pretty obvious for anyone interacting with me on a computer. I am not able to do any of the stuff I see you and everyone do on YouTube. Oh, you can do it. If I could do it, I used to be so literate in real estate, software, and all the programs. Now, hummina, clueless. Is this the right way? Yeah, that's right. Clueless. That's me. I'm good, Jerry. How bad of a snow are we getting up there? Thank you. Thank you for changing the subject right now because this is the latest report. Latest outside is 4 inches. They are forecasting, it was supposed to be 20 plus. I talked about that. It was supposed to be. Now it's 6 to 10 inches by Monday. So there you go. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not driving in it either. So when did I come home with milk? Thursday? No, I think Thursday was a treacherous day. Wednesday. I stocked up on the milk. I don't drink the milk. Jack drinks the milk. So if he has to go to the corner store, which is a mile away from our house, the Cenex gas station, and get some milk, I am not driving in it. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation said, warning, warning, everybody stay off the roads. It's bad. It's treacherous. I'm not going to work tomorrow. No. I'm going to watch Kelly Hogan at 9 a.m. because it's not snowing in North Carolina where she's going to teach the class from. And maybe I'll do some vacuuming or something around the house here. But work is not on the scene. You will see me tomorrow. All the streams, all the lives. So not too bad right now. Definitely not. So right now, other than, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow what happens with my bank for these 2 charges, I have been showing on my app that I have been refunded fees that have happened. Now, I still have more fees to go through. The list was very long. We're talking $308.59. And all the coins are still in the house in containers. Jack is not a pneumatist. Sharon, help me with words. Sharon, I'm bad with words. The coin collector people. Pneumatist? Jerry, learn before you go live. You're making a fool of yourself. For sure, appeal to your bank. Yes, indeed, Sophia. That's an insane amount of money. Yes, it is. And it's not the understanding. You have to have the understanding, even though I'm not computer illiterate either. I have the understanding that if I go to Google Play or I'm scrolling, and a lot of these are found through via Facebook. I call it Facebook because they want to get an audience. So they are devices, start with G and start with A. Listen to us. So if I'm going to talk right now about I love pancakes. I want to eat all the pancakes in the world and have all the Mrs. Butterworth's syrup I can get, guaranteed $1 to a donut. That's going to be on Facebook. Pancake ads with syrup ads. They don't know I'm carnivore. Oh, I said the carnivore word. Now I'm going to have meat services delivered. So, back to the story. I have to finish my notes. So the memberships and the subscriptions that I had to cancel, slowly but surely, I'm adding Amy, Aaron, etc., etc., etc. Now I'm also thinking the truth of the matter. If I see a need, the the other side of Jerry, if I have your address and I see that you need something, I don't think I'm going to be sending it to you via any apps. I don't think so. I'm just going to write a note to ABC Bill Smith or Jane Doe at 123 Main Street, somewhere in USA, 123456 zip code, and give you everything. Not everything. Yesterday I was on Thomas's live and I made a comment about Amy did a heart attack burger segment with Rick. It was fantastic. I took it to the different level on my channel, invited people all to make it at their house, and then we're all going to eat on the StreamYard. So I had everybody on there. The only person that went to another level was Gary Noslow. He had all of his ingredients, but he made it live and he ate it live. Aaron ate the whole thing. So the next step was the pacemaker pizza that Rick talks about often. So it has been said to Amy, I'm not talking behind her back, I'm talking right to your face, Amy. It has been said that Rick needs to do that with Amy, the pacemaker pizza. Then when that's created, I will go on StreamYard. I upgraded my StreamYard, as a matter of fact, too. I'll go on StreamYard, ask those friends that want to participate, like before, whoever did it before, Juliet, Doug, Aaron, etc. Let's do the pacemaker pizza together. Come to the party on the date specified with your pizza already done in front of you. Don't prepare it from scratch because we just want to be a little more timely. We'll have Rick be the MC again. And then I and Amy and Aaron and Gary Noslow, and you enter the names of people. We'll all eat and see who eats first, whatever size that we all decide. I'm not going to make a 12-inch pizza if everybody's going to have personal pan pizzas. If you know, you know. So it will be the exact rules and measurements that Rick gives to Amy. Amy makes. I will do a video about it, and it'll be a mukbang, carnivore mukbang. I hate that video. You know what I mean? It'll be the same kind of thing. Let's get to the chat. Let's chat it up. Okay, to be fair, that is a tough one. Yes, you're so right. Anything we say will pop up in Facebook. Here we go. Thank you, Sharon. New Ms. Motist. Sharon, you always come in clutch for me. Thank you. Sharon is marvelous. She is darling. Biggest spy of America is Facebook. I know. I made that comment on Grandma's channel yesterday, and a person corrected me. It's what I call it. I'm not, I'm not demonizing the app. It's what I call it. And back in the day, I had thousands of people as friends of mine. I have whittled it right down because I had people that would say, "Hey, Jerry, I noticed you're on Facebook. I've noticed that you're also talking about losing weight." Or some people were bold enough, which is fine. It's the truth. Some people were bold enough to say, "Gee, Jerry, I've seen you put on a little weight since you sold me that house." It's the truth. Why would I be offended if you're telling me the truth? I have this wonderful product called Plexus. You can take it. It costs $200 some odd a month, and you can also sell it and go to conventions, and we can just have so much fun in the poorhouse, eating all the supplements and all the things. Yeah, fake book. what I call it. So if it's a means for you to be able to communicate with your friends and family, I have friends and family on there that don't communicate with me. If I put a post, they don't thumbs up, they don't like it, they don't make a comment. Rare, I will have my goddaughter give me the most thumbs up or nice things to be said. But other than that, I'm really not on Facebook to have any of those kudos, pats on the back kind of things. Yes, writing a check is the way to go, or sending cash is safe to do so. My husband mailed his daughter a $20 bill. Ask me how I know. Because let's say this is an envelope. He puts the envelopes out for me to mail on my way into work, which is fine. So I get this envelope and I look at the envelope up against the light. It was a sunshiny day. I'm like, what in the world? It's not like he put a piece of paper there between the bill. It was just a $20 bill in an envelope. Mailed it. Oh, I did a video at the post office and sent it to the daughter. Hi, Ladybug. Ladybug's here, folks. Sent it to the daughter saying, here's the check. You want a snack, girlie? You want your German Shepherd snack? Pardon me for this brief dog interruption. Snack time. Want this? Or would you rather have filet mignon? Okay, we're being a fuss budget right now. Okay, then. So I sent that to her. I don't know if she got the money. Why would she tell me? I don't know. Why would he send money, cash that way, in a plain envelope? All too often, I have heard horror stories, and those of you in the chat can confirm or deny the stories that the post office sees the brightly colored envelopes for birthdays that grandmas usually send that are in assisted living or senior care or whatever places. They send these cards out to, now she wants it. They send the cards out to the grandkids. Post office knows grandma's got money in there. The card never got to the recipient, to the granddaughter. Just saying. So I don't put anything past the post office. Right, Lynn? If you know, you know. I keep referring to Lynn. Here we go. Or matist. This autocorrects wrong. Okay. Rick told me he wants to do the pacemaker pizza video by himself. But I'm still waiting. LOL. Okay, now, yesterday, when Rick was on with Thomas, how it got misconstrued was I entered $50 decimal point 00 that will it cover, because I wanted to almost like, Rick is a grown arse man. I get it. It's almost like I wanted to push him. Rick, will $50 cover it? Give me a dollar amount. I said to him first, maybe it was a couple days ago, give me a dollar amount. Well, I was bold enough to type it. Thomas says 50, 500, whatever, some exorbitant amount. I roll the tape back, look at the chat. I wrote $50, and then I wrote in bold FIFTY, $50. Will $50 cut it? Again, trying to push Rick into making it, getting it on film so that we can have a eat off, a pacemaker pizza party, if you will. He didn't say yes or no, but I'm using my grocery mind, and those of you in the chat will tell me, do you think he uses chicken? I think he also uses some form of fat, probably pig fat. I don't know if it's tallow, but I have both in my house. Mozzarella cheese I have in my house. Maybe some pork rinds are involved, and he talks about deep frying the crust. So I just, and his time, I'm thinking, I think $50 should cover it. He didn't say yay or nay. I don't give a rat's. Hello, Rick Rodriguez, 123 Main Street. Miami, Florida, 123 456. Mail it in the mail. If that takes place this week and I mail that check off, we'll count the days down when he will make that pizza. But I really want to do it. I'm willing to pay for it. And then here's another thing I found out again about trolls. Somebody said that there were trolls on a couple of streams yesterday on Grandma's. Again, I'm oblivious to all this because you got to remember, I'm listening to you all during my workday, second shift, with the OSHA approved hearing device. So I don't see the chats when trolls happen. So there was somebody yesterday that mentioned Rick making the pizza that he would be willing to pay for it. After reading his comment is when I put my comment down with a dollar amount, because I think this person is a troll. But again, put your money where your mouth is, Jerry. If it means to push Rick into making the pizza, here's $50. I think it should cover it, your time, effort, etc. Biking your way to the grocery store, getting the ingredients. He probably already has the fat. Nevertheless, let's do this. Let's do this. So I don't know. Fingers crossed that Pacemaker Pizza will be coming soon in our future. I hope. What is the Plexus stuff, Jerry? Is it the same kind of ketone drink? Never knew anyone who used it. Plexus was supplemental pills, similar to magnesium pills, really, and vitamins, which we get in our real food, all of us here in this real food spectrum. It is the pink drink, they call it. Now they have done something like a modified fast type of program in there. They have lotions, AM and PM lotions. They have a lot of stuff. They have meal replacement drinks. But, we have keto chow. Well, not we, but those that do the keto have the keto chow. I love keto chow. Oh, spoiler alert, I will be doing a keto chow electrolyte within very soon, the next couple days. I'll be doing a video. Stay tuned. It'll be good. It'll be very good. Stay tuned. So that's what Plexus is. And it's a multi-level marketing company. In essence, Lynn, that's what they are. Here we go. Last time I mailed a check to my daughter for her birthday, it got stolen out of her mailbox in Chicago. See what I mean? The craziness? Jack's family's from Chicago. I know. Did the money ever get to the eldest daughter in Kenosha downstate? I don't know. Hey, Ivy, hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Thank you so much. BB says, I did IT for 32 years, but my kids today smoke me with technology. So embarrassing. I can't pronounce words, BB. I need Sharon on every chat. I need Sharon and I need Lynn. Ivy says, hi, y'all. Sorry I've been MIA. Well, now you're HERE, and we are GLAD that you are. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I hope all is well with you. I'm looking forward to seeing the pizza. Me too. Yes, he deep fries a chicken crust. Yes. Okay, good. I think, well, I'm going to still send him the check regardless, but I'm going to try my hand at something like it. And if my video goes on, I'm just going to speak frank right now. If my video goes on not knowing what Rick's is other than him deep frying a crust, compare head to head and see what people think. Leave it up to the people. I like Jerry's better. I like Rick's better. I'm going to assume, and I know this for a fact, as I know Amy. Amy has a whole lot of more friends than I do. Her attendance on her lives are phenomenal. Everybody loves Amy. What do I have right now on mine? I have 12 people. Amy has almost 100 people on her videos because we love her. I want to see Rick's video, but I also want to be able to do something and eat it kind of sort of like Rick inspired, but with my own Jerry twist on it, so to speak. Never understand what trolls were. Yes, I'm a blonde. Oh, I'm a whitey. I'm a whitey. White hair, that is, if people are just listening on their devices. I did not give a racist comment, so don't come after me on the tube. Hey, hi, Granny. I am so glad that you came on. Pardon me, just one moment, folks. Bonnie, I am so glad that you came on. Thank you so much. I have my mute button. I can do it. So when I take a drink, I can mute and you guys don't have to hear all the slurping. Everybody say hello to Bonnie. Bonnie. Gotta run. Have a great day, all. Bye, Amy. Thanks for hopping on with us. FB got caught for data harvesting a decade back. Ooh, interesting. Look at the hearts from Bonnie. Take care, Amy. Bye, Amy. Bye. We're glad you stayed. Okay, so let me think. We talked about trolls. There was a troll on Grandma's channel. I think I addressed it a little bit yesterday. Somebody with a screen name, chat name. What do you call the names over here that are over here? Chat names that appeared to me when I looked at it as though the name was Michaela Peterson. That's what my 65-year-old eyes saw. And this person was speaking about their dilemma and their health concerns of things that just seemed off. It just didn't seem right. So my friend Jeannie had sent me a private message and she said, yes, she confirmed it, that person is a troll. So that pizza person that said they'd be willing to do Rick, now I know they're a troll. When I'm listening at work, I don't have a clue what happens on the screen. I only have control of myself on my YouTube video. That's all. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about my new client now. Now, I met with them last week before the storm, and it was right before work. So it was one of those hurry up, get a good impression. Your first impressions stick, really, they do. So that's when I came on screen and I had my hair where I slept in rollers. I think it was Thursday. And my hair was, as my friend Wendy calls it, poodle-esque because it was curly and I have a lot of hair. Healthy head of hair. Pardon me. Just a moment. Once again. Itchy nose. And met with them. And if you know, I prefer the belly to belly coaching style. That means I live in Wisconsin. That's what I prefer to do. Doesn't necessarily mean if somebody came online that I would turn them away. I do better face to face, like real estate. I have made the decision, as opposed to doing 10 clients for my 10 fingers, that as long as I'm still gainfully employed by an outside source, I'm only limiting myself to 5 clients. So, with that being said, this person replaced the last client that is no longer with me. And now it's a family decision, as a matter of fact. Have you ever heard, or is it just a Wisconsin thing? I don't know, a business called Visiting Angels. Wait, I wrote it here. Yes, Visiting Angels. Visiting Angels, America's choice for home care. That is their jingle. So with the name, with the song lyrics, America's Choice, that makes me believe that it's either nursing or nursing staff or somebody that comes over to clean the house or bathe the person, somebody that's definitely bonded to be able to take care of. And in the health industry, I just hummed it right there. In the definite health industry, in which I am not, I am just a coach, certified health coach. But I do have a background being a former caterer. So this intention of the family was, and I'll be very simple, 3 times a week, bring grandma some food, healthful food because they have Alzheimer's or the start of Alzheimer's. So we discussed things at their table, the family and me. It was almost as though I was being interviewed as a realtor like back in the day. Do you want to hire me to represent your best interests? Do you trust me to feed a person, your family member, and show you the proper way to eat using real foods? What do you want as a family for your loved one? It's not what does Jerry think, because if it's up to what I think, that would be very, very narrow, and I couldn't fit through that very narrow wall. I'm careful and I'm cognizant of other people's concerns. I look at it as though this was a blessing for me to have this meeting yesterday. I, wow, there we go. I met with the family. I sat down, discussed wants and needs. We talked about things. They invited me into their pantry room where they keep their food. We all have a small pantry or a little closet. Oh, this is a room, big room, down the hall. We're talking down the hall, down the road, rich people. It was before the blizzard. Just saying. Here we go, Jerry. Tell us what we should do with this food. Is this good for grandma, mom, great grandma to eat or not? This is a purge moment. I heard angels as I opened the closet. I said, this is my chance. I can talk about things that I know about personally and educate people. So much to the point that they said, get the garbage. We're dumping it out. We're going to throw out whatever you tell us to throw out. Wow. Now, some families, some of the family members, they took home the noodles. They're not on this diet that grandma's on or way of eating. It's not really a diet. It's a way of eating. It's the way that I eat, the way that I know, the way that I was taught, personal experience. I started out keto. I'm now carnivore. So we got 2 garbage bags full of stuff. They wanted me to take it to the next level. I had to go home to my house down the road. They're at the Rich Lake down the road, okay? I had to take it to the next level and ask them if you would like, I can go to the store, purchase whatever that you want, bring you back the receipt, go in my house, whatever you want me to do, and make food. They're here for a week. Now, everybody's snowed in here in Wisconsin. They were talking 20 plus inches. They made the decision as a family to be with grandma for 2 weeks. They took advantage of the fact that I'm going to the store on their dime, and two of the family people went with me to the store. So it was a kind of a cool sort of thing. It really was good. I brought all the food there. I did a cooking for the next 3 days only because I'm thinking this is just my logic right now. I'm thinking that we should probably be melted out by 3 days by Wednesday when I bring more food. Did a, for lack of a better word, cooking class in their house. They had plenty of spices and all the things. This is their vacation home. Their vacation home is better than some of the real houses that I have sold in Milwaukee County. Just saying. It's ample and stocked up with spices. So just go with it. I said, made the food. They enjoyed it. They called me this morning. As a matter of fact, they woke me up this morning because they wanted to know what to do with the chaffles that I made. I made them chaffles. My chaffle recipe is like Donna's. Donna Bacon Runner has a phenomenal channel. She does very short videos. She uses less words than I do, but they're excellent tutorial. She edits, I don't edit. Hence, I do a lot of lives. My chaffles are simple. Chaffle maker, buttered, not sprayed with chemical propellant spray. 11 ounces of eggs, 11 ounces of full fat mozzarella shredded cheese. That's it. We're that in a Vitamix, and they own a Vitamix too. With the stainless steel, decanter. Oh, I was in heaven. Oh, more angels again. Worded up, made them, had people taste them. They loved it. They said, I can't tell the difference. And then somebody pulled out one of the garbage bags of their food that they threw out of the Eggo waffles, pulled out a frozen Eggo out of the box, compared it looking, just physically looking at it, other than it being yellow and probably more chemically, of course. You set the two of them side by side, you can't tell the difference just looking at them, other than the more yellowy look, because we just had regular eggs. We didn't have any pasture raised farm eggs. Looking at the two of them, and then they tasted the real egg, or the real egg, the real chaffle. They said, we can't tell the difference. I said, well, if you want to and you want to puff it up a little bit, you can't add baking powder. And then I made a couple of them, and you could see the waffle maker go from this to whoop, it perked up a little bit. So really, it doesn't add anything insofar as taste is concerned. And I don't put salt in there. Some people do, but it's a very simple recipe. Why spend, I don't know how much Eggos are. Let's say $5 a box. Why spend $5 a box when you can make frozen, fresh, not frozen chaffles in your own home? So simple. The 11-11 method. That's my recipe. We have visiting angels in Delaware. Excellent. Home health companion personal care type senior services. Excellent. Yep, I saw their commercials, as a matter of fact, on YouTube. I did. I call my daughters the wrong names daily. My mother did that too. She went through all of our names, and then till she finally got one of us right. I love you at least enough for 10 folks, Jerry. Hopefully that helps. I love you at least enough for 10 folks, Jerry. Okay. I appreciate the love. I just know that I can't be fair to my life and the cortisol levels, that kind of stress. When I was doing 7 clients in the beginning, when I was trying to gain people, that was too much. I know it was too much. So I had to say, ooh, 5, save this hand for life, for outside things, life in general, God, husband, house, work, etc., dogs, all those things. Then you can do your 5 clients. When I retire, then I can talk about doing 10. But that's just what works for me as insofar as 5 people is concerned, to be able to face belly coach. Okay. I have to pull up the picture. I was giggling. Oh, shoot. I was giggling. Oh, my Lanta. Because I had a post and I asked the masses what this was. And I got the funniest comments. The funniest comments were from various people. I'd have to pull up the post. Whoopsie daisy. Let me scroll this correctly to get the real picture. Yep, this is the picture I believe I posted. And I asked, what is this? Let me keep scrolling. Maybe that was the right picture. See, it looks like a little hand. The reason I bought chicken feet, that was ultimately the answer, was chicken feet. The reason I bought chicken feet was German Shepherd, before these two, used to love, that's the bone broth that I ended up making from it. And I'll talk about that in a second. Used to eat the raw chicken necks, chicken wings, chicken feet. These two, they're condo dogs. We don't live in a condo, but they're princesses. She thinks she's too good for these dog treats now because she wants real meat. She wants a meat cookie. She doesn't want this anymore. She's beyond that. I'm done with it. She walked away. She's upstairs. But I do give the dogs bone broth, and I'll add that in their food. They love it. Even lapping it up, they love it. They love to eat it. But eating the chicken feet, neither of them wanted it. So that got thrown into the forest. And then I thought, well, great. What am I going to do with this the rest of the pound of chicken feet that I bought? Well, I'll make some bone broth. Holy cats, did that bone broth. It is bone broth jello right now in the refrigerator. So much that you shake it and it's the commercial. Watch it wiggle, see it jiggle, cool and not fruity. Chicken bone broth. It's so gelatinous. So the comments of people were, lion's share of people said that it was chicken feet. But my friend Mason, Alicia Mason, she's like, oh, what the heck is that? She's from Georgia. I'm sure they've seen worse things in Georgia. But I like the pieces parts, which are clean. They came from the store. No, these did not come. These came from Walmart, the store. Same thing. I used to be able to eat more of the gelatinous things. Myself, good for hair and nails, right? That's why my hair is so healthy. That's why I can donate 14 inches every year to the Cancer for Kids. But some people in my house don't really care for the smell of bone broth cooking. Just saying. So I like it, and the dogs like it. So that's good enough for us. Okay, sticking with my notes. Anybody? Let's ask if anybody has any comments or questions. Chicken feet are gross. They really are, but they make my bone broth more gelatinous. True that. Yeah, they just look like hands. Feet are weird, Sharon, regardless of species. So true. Phoebe's so funny. Yes, I'm not happy until my bone broth gets like that. Absolutely. LOL, BB. I would love to make homemade bone broth, though. Probably should go to some specialized markets. This was actually from Walmart. They had different, as you're speaking of specialty markets, different meats and parts that were clean. It's a grocery store. They were sanitarily, they were packaged properly. Don't use words, Jerry. Sharon's saying, doing this right now. Oh, Jerry, don't use words, please. Don't make up words. I buy pre-made bone broth, and when it does turn to jelly in the fridge, I get suspicious. I know, personally, myself speaking, that bone broth lasts in my refrigerator for the week. If I make it and drink it during the week, it lasts. If I make it and I freeze it with an air cap this much in it because of expansion with the freezing. Well, that can go for months at a crack. And hello, there is Louise. Hi, Louise. Hello, all. Just came from Carnivore Sunday School. It's Mother's Day in the UK, so took the kids for coffee. Excellent. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day, dear Louise. Happy Mother's Day to you. There we go. There's Sharon doing this face palm. Hey, Sharon, I feel you. I know what you're going to say and the emojis you're going to use every time. I like the whole interaction, the customers like I used to have in real estate, but I don't want to sell real estate up in the farmland. I want to do this after I retire from the real job. Maybe not so much the YouTube thing insofar as the coaching, the belly to belly, the sitting down and teaching people how to look at a label. Don't just read the front. And this grocery, oh my goodness, what should have taken me personally, a grocery visit of maybe 15 minutes because I shopped the perimeter of the store. When I was shopping with these two family members, of course, they had their cart. They wanted to get their crap food for them to eat, whatever they do. But the family members were also intrigued about my cooking and things. So as we're going down the aisles, I would pull up any given product and I'd say, okay, mayonnaise here. I said, look at this mayonnaise. Look at the ingredients. Well, it says avocado oil, Jerry. You talked to me about that. I said, they don't sell the avocado oil mayonnaise that I prefer, that I buy from Costco. But on the way home, I ended up stopping at my house and I keep full supply of that. I ended up giving them one of the quarts of the Costco avocado oil mayonnaise, but I showed them. It'll say on the ingredient canola oil or soy oil or soybean oil or whatever the case may be in the small print in the back, similar to the Dairy Queen. Blue background, white letters, can't read it. If you don't know, you don't know. So it may say in the front, this is avocado oil mayonnaise. Turn the label. Read the product identification. Young people don't have time for that. Young people want to pick up the phone or do this click, 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 click app. Hello, yeah, food company. Could you please, food drivers, could you please go to McDonald's and get me a quarter pounder? Okay, what's the bill? Oh, 1 quarter pounder, $19.45. Yes, please bring it to my address at 123 Main Street. No, says nobody should say that ever. Get off your duff and go and get real food. You can buy a whole lot of ground beef for what you would buy for that $17 and change of McDonald's quarter pounder and the tip and the waiting, because now you're going to get that cold from Bloomer, Wisconsin burger brought up to you 10 miles. Here you go. Here's a $20 bill. Keep the change, or you pay for it on the app. Ugh. Ugh. Sing it, Louise says. Sing it. Louise! Octopus, red waving. Good afternoon. Don, how are you? Don's changer. Hi, how are you? I'm glad that you could join us. Thank you so much for hopping on. I appreciate it. So, the one-on-one aspect, the teaching part, how I taught people in buying and selling houses is pertinent today, but my medium is different. It's not houses and basements and construction and land and the like. It's reading labels. It's looking at nutritional aspect. It's learning that there's a difference in gram weight compared to a protein gram. I don't get into technical things. I don't talk about doctor things. I don't translate doctor lab tests. I don't do that. These are real people that really go to, for example, the Mayo Clinic. They get their labs done there. They can show me. I can read them. I can look and compare what my knowledge is as a certified health coach. But nowhere can I ever articulate, you need to add this supplement and that supplement. And oh, by the way, uh, here's my card. Buy supplements from me because I'm a plexus person. No, says no one ever should be saying that. I had to look in myself in doing this kilts course as to who I am as a person, who I was as a person when I was eating the standard American diet. Sharon says, I have yet to order DoorDash or grocery pickup or delivery. I have done that, Sharon, when Jack and I would go to Eau Claire. And it was usually after my back surgery or hip surgery. And it would be things that I knew that were, I didn't have to pick Jack doesn't eat vegetables. So I know from experience watching people in chats that do all that delivery service business that they're disenchanted, they're displeased with, if you're going to order on the Walmart app, let's say, a pound of green beans, and I get a pound of green beans that are slimy or bad green beans or withered. I just wasted my money, in my opinion. I was the type of person when I ate a vegetable that I would go and I'd want to see and touch and look at each Brussels sprout and pick accordingly. And I was one of those people, tell the truth, everybody, right now. Were you the type of people that broke the broccoli and left the stem behind? I was one of those people. Shameful. I just wanted to pay for what I rightfully am eating, the tops of broccoli. Oh, it definitely has its place, and that's it. Correctamundo. I'm in full agreement with you. It's a convenience thing. It's a lot better than doing DoorDash, in my opinion. And I know there's other apps. I just referred to DoorDash. I wanted also to be able to teach people what I value in my own life, because what defines me isn't the fact that I'm sitting at your dining room table talking about my carnivore journey and my way of eating and just overtaking the entire conversation. That's not me. I talk a lot on YouTube because I look at it this way, it's my show. Now, if I'd have a panel, I would respectfully listen to other people. I get it. But I'm not the type of person that coaches and says, well, what I say goes. You either do it this way, similar to being a Christian. When I first started out as on this earth, I grew up in a Catholic family. Well, I had to get into the groove of God because Catholics don't read the Bible. I was not allowed to read the Bible. But when I came to know Jesus as my personal savior, I was kind of sort of a militant one, turn or burn, go right or be left kind of mentality. What do you mean you're not a Christian? Now, no, God, it's God's timing. It's God's timing. I felt when I came home from work that evening in the blizzard, I felt as though a storm was going to down one of the trees. That's scary in itself when I get those feelings. I say it's ESPN. I know what ESPN is, but you know where I'm going. And I get those feelings. I don't think that they're of God. I've said that before on lives. But when it happens in real life, it scares me. It makes me step back. It's scary to me. My one daughter-in-law plucks the grapes off. Wow. I didn't do that because the vine itself, I don't think is very heavy. The vine is. And now they sell them all in bags right now. I don't know if you can open up a bag and leave some behind, but I don't think I've ever plucked off a grape. I don't know. I didn't. There's Spankster. Hello, Jerry. How are you? I'm fine, Spanky, and thanks for popping on. I appreciate you. Say hello to my little friends here, Spanky. Everybody say hi to Spanky. They don't let Walmart. Wow, in New York City, we have lots of ethnic markets, though. Probably some in my hood. What are they called? Sharon, help me out here. Well, you too, BB. Bodegas? Is that the correct pronunciation, or did I just pull a Jill Biden? Just saying. I did not go politically there. I'm talking about pronunciation right now. The stores, the general stores, the markets, if you will, the neighborhood markets. There we go. They don't last as long off the vine. Interesting. So I don't know what she was doing other than wanting to not pay for the stem. The stem, I just think, is light. I would not take the time to pick them off. But I have tore off the unsightly Brussels sprouts leaves back in the day. Also, one thing that people don't realize is in the grocery stores, at least where I shop, but I don't shop the outside of the stores, understand that there's the sprinkler system above by the lettuces and the radishes that periodically sprinkle the produce just to keep it fresh and perky and what have you. When I would buy it, I would beat that lettuce. I would take the lettuce off the shelf, get all that water off. Water's heavy. The lettuce that was 3 ounces is now 6 ounces because they sprayed it with all the water. Ugh. Spraying with all the water. That's a correct pronunciation. Yay, I did something good, Sherry. Thank you. Thank you for the kudos. How I live is different, even in my own household, how I live and how I eat. Jack likes sugar frosted cornflakes. Tony the Tiger, they're great. I could puke. Just saying. Give me eggs and give me meat. He wants the donuts. I'm not buying the donuts. Oh, have I gone to Culver's and got him Culver's ice cream? Yes. At least he's not buying the Dairy Queen frozen shenanigans anymore. He would do that and eat a whole quart of that fat-free or low-fat. He went to Mayo last week and he came back with 4 pints. Good on him. From Culver's, not Dairy Queen. But all he had to do is go down in the basement in the deep freeze. I have a gallon of Culver's custard here in my freezer. You didn't even have to go to the store, Jack. Go to mail and come back home, eat your ice cream down here, and go on with your bad self. But at least he went there. He probably had one of those little Culver's meals too, which is fine because I'm at work. It is what it is. My priorities, though, they have changed personally with me. The fear, I don't have the FOMO, the FOMO, fear of missing out. I don't care anymore. I really don't. And once you don't, in my opinion, once I no longer have that sweet taste in my mouth, I don't crave things. I don't have to buy. I do buy it if it's on sale. The uh not San Pellegrino, I can't think, those flavored drinks that have essence of lemon and blackberry. Salt in bubble water with the well water that we have our whole house filtration system. Perfectly fine for me. And I don't have to lug these cases of water home with a bad back and a bad hip in icy conditions. If you know, you know. It's crazy to me, Sharon says, that he doesn't eat vegetables, which would give him the edge on carnivore, but he eats frosted flakes and donuts. Yeah, crazy to me, too. Crazy. He would have a conniption if he found out that I buy him all these frosted flakes and not Tony the Tiger. Aldi's box is a jumbo family size for $3 and change. Kellogg's brand is probably $15 for that same size. Bad wife. Loser. Certain battles I don't feel like fighting. I don't. I have got cups of coins here that I have to deal with. If you know, you know. A lot has to do with how I treat people because I can come off, as you guys know full well, I can come off on YouTube sounding like a little haughty, be itchy person. Jerry just yells all the time and she's so animated and she says things so rudely. Turn or burn. Stop eating carbs. What are you eating that bread for? Don't go there. They have seed oils at that restaurant. Don't have that salad dressing. Yet, I'll go in my refrigerator tonight and have a pickle. It is what it is. It's something I enjoy. I will not dip into the Culver's custard. That you can take that to the bank, and I won't drink a Pepsi. Have you ever? Oh, I know this used to be the case when I went from Pepsi to diet soda. I thought, who would ever drink diet soda? This is hideous. This is just terrible. But I have transitioned when I have transitioned to diet soda. And then you ask the restaurant, the waitress at the restaurant, could you please bring me a diet Pepsi? And they bring you a real Pepsi. It's as though you just drank pure syrup. Oh, take this back. This is terrible. This is bad. This is just bad. Whew. I don't want to be that miserable type of person. I really don't. I have to keep myself in check. I have to keep myself in check and chill because if I don't chill, my cortisol levels are up right now. They just are. Circumstances, this whole PayPal shenanigans and the credit card and trying to watch my credit report and seeing these reports come back at me. Am I going to get the credit? Am I not going to get the credit? How's the weather? Is my vehicle going to have a problem? What is this idiot light on saying my tire's bad when I look at the tire and everything's fine? Those type of stresses. I have enough of those. My scale is at 200 pounds today. So it's telling me I have 4 pounds of inflammation that I have recently got. I haven't eaten anything weird. Just meat. I haven't gone out for anything. I didn't dip into the Culver's custard ice cream, if you will. Stress. Cortisol. Levels high. They need to go down. Do I aspire to be 170 pounds like the Mayo charts say I'm supposed to be? Not really. I'm comfortable being what I am, but I don't want to go back and gain that 163 pounds for the third time. That's what scares the jammies off of me. Pardon the pun, wearing my jammies. Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want that feeling. I have new hardware in my body. I have a new back. I have a new hip. It's bad enough sometimes that I sit in this chair to do these lives for a period of time and not adjusting myself. But that's not like going to a China buffet and eating all the things and going up and having all the seed oils, the rancid smelling. When you walk into a China restaurant, I haven't walked into one of those buffets, but I remember what it's like. The pristine steam tables and the cold tables and the dessert tables, everything's just very neat and clean in the buffet restaurants. But something about that smell of that oil that just gags me. If I go to have a manicure done and it's right next to the Chinese restaurant, that smell is horrific to me. To me. LOL, I was hoping you were going to say they are organic. No. I have that potential too, Jerry. Yep. Yes, indeed. Well, what else? What else should I talk about? I want to talk about. This is controversial right now. How many viewers do I have? Let me check right now. I have 13 viewers, so and I guess here goes. Does any of you out there, probably more so the ladies, do you remember Shirley MacLaine? I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of some of her movies. I know she was a redhead, and I know her brother was Warren Beatty. Are they even alive? Warren Beatty and Shirley MacLaine. But I digress. Oh, here we go. I lost 2 people. Now we have 11. Shirley MacLaine, back in the day, she used to, because she talked about it on the talk shows, all the things. She would wake up in the morning, according to her, and go out to the ocean because, well, California. She would scream to the ocean, and every morning, I am God. I am God. I am God. No, you're not. And when I hear people, unnamed people right now on this video, Lord have mercy, when I hear people say that, it makes me think, my God, Father in heaven. It makes me think, God's saying to Archangel Gabriel right now, listen to this buffoon saying, I am God, I am God, I am God. Because we know we're little people in the scheme of heaven and eternity. I have 2 lives now on this earth and in eternity. I talked about it before. I did it in a little baby short for a minute. I don't want to ever not miss the opportunity to talk about my faith. I also know when that tally clock starts dropping, people don't like to listen to my faith. But I'm not turning or burning. I'm just talking about my faith. That's all. I'm no longer anxious or neurotic about my faith anymore. I don't turn or burn, go right or be left. I'm comfortable living in my body, this body that God has given me. And I'm proud to say I am not a God, but I believe in the God, capital G, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. There we go. There's BB. He says bodegas are more like a convenience or a deli's, but they have some produce, usually not meat though. Really? Okay. When we went to our high school, this is a long time ago, 79, I graduated in high school, to New York City. I remember going to one of those bodegas, and I don't know, we were teenage kids. What did we get? A bottle of Pepsi and a bag of chips, kind of sort of thing. But New York City, so different back then compared to now. I haven't been to New York, shoot, since I've met Jack, since I've married and known Jack. Yeah, it's been. I have no desire to go back to New York City. I haven't had a sip of coffee yet. Let me do another one. She is living. Shirley is living. Wow. Wow. Uh-oh. Sharon knows. Sharon, you know it. If you know, you know, Jerry. I know I do. And I know you do, Anna. Birds of a feather. I don't have a big audience in my YouTube crowd, and that's fine. My audience are true people that really like me. They really are. They're not the type of people that are going to drop a nasty gram. They're going to state their opinion, like what Mason did. What the heck are those with the chicken feet? That made me really giggle there. They're crap. You're right. Absolutely. The sugar and all that. Blah. I live 90 miles north of the city, and I don't go down there, says Don. Wow. Yeah, things are much different. Let me tell you. Oh, let me have a sip of coffee because I got to talk about this. It's so exciting. It's still warm. More along the lines of tepid, in my opinion. I'm not drinking it. Okay, so it was, what was it, Friday the 13th? Friday the 13th? Yeah, I called in sick from work on Friday the 13th. And I was cooking bacon in the dehydrator. This week I made 4, not 3, but 4 pounds of dehydrated bacon for this week for myself. So I was turning on YouTube. There was really nothing. I did the Amy thing and the pajama party. I did that. Did Barbara's, I think, for a little bit. And then I went to Paramount because I wanted to catch up on Survivor. I do that one and Big Brother. Those are 2 things. I know they're fake TV, but I'm amused by them. I went and I was actually interviewed not once, but twice to be on Survivor. Was I on Survivor? No. They got rid of me the first time. And the second time, when I told them that I can fast for 40 days with ease, they didn't want me back then. Now, I'm 65 years old then, so it's been many years since I asked or was auditioned to be on the reality show. And I understand it's scripted to a certain extent. I get it. But they don't want a seasoned person that doesn't eat on the show. They want somebody to starve and eat bugs and all that stuff. And I said, I won't eat a bug. I will not eat. I will just not eat. I will not eat a bug. I'll just not eat. That was my experience with them. Let me get rid of this one. Sharon's got a comment here. I so wanted to share the interview with Rachel Johnson, Cabrina Chronicles. It was so compelling for the first half, but he had to go there and it got weird. I know. I know what you speak of. So after all the things were done and I absolutely exhausted YouTube, I went to Paramount to look at Survivor. And then I see this ad, because now it's after midnight, The Madison on Paramount Plus. Has anybody seen that show yet? Now, it just came out the 14th. What day is today? The 16th? Is today the 16th? 15th. It just came out. It is good. So stinking good. It is Taylor Sheridan, the person that does the spin-offs of the cowboy shows on Paramount and CBS. He's the producer, executive director or something, creator of the show. About, I don't want to give it all away, the Madison. It starts out in New York City. And the husband liked to be a fly fisherman. I'll leave it there. You guys are going to have to go and see it for yourself. Very good. I think guys would like it. Kind of, sort of. It's more along the chick flick kind of thing, but it's still very good. There was a girl fight in there. Guys would like that. I'm talking to you, Spanky. Girls were fighting in this show. Also, they talked about real food. I don't want to give away the plot again, but they talked about real food. Real food. You must see it. Must see TV. What do we have here? There's Michael. He's doing this. What does that mean? Jerry, you're still on? What are you doing? Hey, Michael, welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. I have nothing. I don't have any other notes here. I got nothing. I talked about all the stuff I wanted to talk about. Anybody else have anything to say? Michael's probably giving me my cue. Like, come on, Jerry. We got to live a life. Actually, it's 1:30 now. I didn't eat anything other than drinking this tepid coffee. I could probably go for some dehydrated bacon and eggs. Just saying. I dry heave when I walk past Chinese takeout and smell the oxidized burned soybean oil. I know what you speak of. I just talked about that. I know. And when the restaurant is right next to where the manicure gets done, I don't even have to walk in there. Like you said, BB, just walking past it, I get a whiff of that. Off hours restaurant smells hideous. Just makes you wonder. No, thank you. And knowing the statistic that seed oils can live in your body for months, years even. No. Here I'm worried about my little 4 pounds of inflammation, probably because I've been in my house since Friday the 13th and not really exercising. My exercising is this. Click, 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 sit, watch a YouTube video, watch Paramount. That's it. Not a lot of exercise, not a lot of activities. I'll probably call in tomorrow too because, well, snow day, sick days. I'm allowed 10. I can take 2. Beginning of the new year. Yay. So thank you everybody that came out today and watched this video, participated in the chats, gave me thumbs up, likes, did all the YouTubey things. I want to thank you all for being on today. Thank you very, very much to my members of my channel, the subscribers, the friends that stop and visit, that listen to the replay. Thank you guys too, because I appreciate everybody that takes time out of their day to spend at least 94 minutes with me today. Typical Sunday. Now, usually I'm on Saturday and Sunday at 12 noon. Sporadically, I will go on during the week, usually as I'm driving to my job. I won't be going to the job tomorrow. I can boldly speak with authority that I will not go to the job tomorrow. That I can state. So I'll probably be doing a YouTube live sometime tomorrow. Definitely before Carnivore Talk. That starts at 7 p.m. on Monday. So where am I going to be today? I'll probably be in Kelly's live. I think he's got a live at 3 o'clock. I don't know if Thomas does. Juliet and Doug have one. Butter Bob's not doing a video. He let us know that because he did that with Todd on Friday, their video. So he's not going to do a video tonight. Oh, yeah, and Amy's going to be on tonight too. I will be here in my nice warm basement because out there it's treacherous. I'm not driving. Thank you so much, everybody. Hugs and kisses. Best wishes. Meet. Dreams. Happy dreams. Toodles for now. Catch you in the streams, as everybody says. Bye-bye. Toodles.